Hare Krishna. So, welcome you all for the today's session. Today we are going to have week 19 session on false ego. Okay. So, we'll discuss more details of your understanding on false ego. Before that, we will take darshan of ISKCON Sheshadripura and do Mangala Charan, and then we'll start our session. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव सुभद्रा माई की जय सुदर्शन भगवान की जय पंच तत्व की जय गौर निताय की जय वामन देव की जय परशुराम भगवान की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So today's session is dedicated to His Divine Grace. You see, Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada is a founder Acharya for International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So we'll just recap a session that we have, taken on last Sunday. What was the session? Anybody remember? Last week's session.
Who is our enemy?
Who was our
Who
enemy?
is our enemy?
Mm.
Where is he?
Where is he?
Where is he?
How to conquer him? Okay. So we have seen that. We'll just try to recap of what we learned. Our enemy, we identified it as lust, and the lust sits in the place. Where does lust sit? Anybody remember? Where does lust sit?
In our senses.
In our mind.
In our senses and mind, both are correct.
Mind.
Yeah. And can lust be satisfied?
No.
How can we conquer the lust? What was our learning last week? How did we think that we can conquer the lust? Because we know that the senses are the place where the lust resides, then we decided that keeping the senses in the service of Krishna will help us conquering the lust. Okay, that is the only way. That is the love. Okay, so a real love is only the love towards Krishna. The rest all is not love, and it is lust. Because the goal of any love is for self enjoyment. So when it becomes a self centered activities, whether it is a love or whether it is anything, then that is not real, that is lust. Okay, this is what we learned last week. Okay, before entering into the today's topic is false ego. I want to ask all of you one question which will connect with our topic today. Speak your mind. Who is the first person you can think of to whom you would like to apologize but did not want to? Why? Question is understood? Madhuri Mataji, did you understand the question?
Yes, Prabhuji.
You want to ask for apologies, but you did not ask. Do you remember any such person to whom you want to apologize, but you are not doing it?
Yeah, I remember, but it's too personal to discuss, Prabhu.
Okay. But can I ask why you are not asking for apology?
Maybe ego.
Okay. Okay. So, Yashvi Mataji, do you remember that you want to tell apologies to somebody, but you are not doing it?
Actually, if I have done some mistake or something, if I tell someone, I apologize the next day or the same time. So I don't keep on pending.
Okay. Very good. Okay. Vinod Prabhu?
Usually, I apologize, Prabhuji. Who are some mainly at least with the seniors and colleagues.
Mm.
I don't keep anything inside because
Mm.
that will not be comfortable when I keep inside. So I'll just tell them, convey them whatever, even if it is my mistake. But I take it as a realization that I shouldn't do it.
Mm. Okay.
So I just convey them, sorry, this is what happened. That's why it happened. Like some mistake, sometime if it happens, I'll just convey them. This
So,
is, I thought like this.
so you commit a mistake, but you know that it is your mistake, but you still did not tell apologies, although you realize that it is your mistake. Is there any such situation so far?
Very rare. That is very rare. Sometimes I used to do it with my wife sometimes. Why should I let her say it is not my mistake? Like that, we will think like that. We'll think
Mm.
like that, but maybe mistake with us.
Okay.
That happens. That happens sometimes.
Okay.
That is one instance. And sometimes with colleagues also we don't say, but majority of the times I try to realize myself
Okay.
my mistake, and then I'll just go through like next time we shouldn't repeat it, and I take it as a realization. So,
Okay. Rangarao Prabhu, do you want to say sorry to somebody but not telling?
Generally, I used to say, sorry, Prabhuji, whenever I commit any mistake in
Mm.
the office or in personal life, friends or anybody. I don't mind in saying sorry.
Mm. So there is no one who
But
is left out.
sometimes when some family members still left,
Okay.
but
Where not?
uh, uh, that is not because of my fault. They
Mhm.
used to say it is my fault, but
Mm.
I know that it is not my fault. That's why I
Mm.
don't say.
But why you want to tell sorry then? If you know that it is not your fault, why you want to tell sorry?
That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying.
Mm.
Whenever I find it, if it is my fault, I used
Mm.
to say sorry without any
Mm.
hesitation.
But you said now that the family members are left out to whom I have to say sorry.
Yes, yes.
That means you commit a mistake, you
Yeah,
know that
because
you have
they
committed
used, no, no, no.
a
I didn't commit mistake, but they used to say that it is my mistake.
Okay.
That's why I don't tell. I don't tell.
Okay. Okay.
If I feel that it is my, really it is my mistake,
Mm.
I don't hesitate to say sorry.
Okay.
Even the family members or friends or subordinates or officers or whatever it may be, whoever they may be.
Okay. Damayanti Mataji.
Actually, I'll say sorry, Prabhu. Whether they are younger or
Mm.
elder to me,
Even
I
if it is
actually I'll
even if it
say
is their
sorry.
mistake, you will go and say sorry, right?
Not always, but to tell you frankly, there is one instant I haven't told this thing, sorry. I tried to say sorry. It is not my mistake.
Mm.
Some misunderstanding.
Mm.
But afterwards, I called them,
Mm.
but they didn't respond. So
Mm.
I kept quiet, Prabhu. There is only one instant with
Mm.
this thing, understanding. For my understanding, there is
Mm.
only one instant I haven't told sorry. Usually, I'll say sorry, Prabhu.
Okay. Monali Mataji, do you remember any of your mistake but you did not say sorry? Monali Mataji, you're on mute. Monali Mataji, Hare Krishna. Can you hear us? Actually, say hi. Hare Krishna. You will understand that you are hearing us.
Hare Krishna.
Yes. Good. Okay. Do you remember any situation where you commit a mistake but you did not say sorry? Hitendra Prabhu? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhu, can you hear us? We can't hear
Krishna
you.
Prabhuji.
How are you, Prabhu? After a long time.
Prabhuji, how are you?
Good,
A
Prabhu.
very long time, yes.
Yeah. Where are you? You are in Delhi?
I have come back to Bangalore, Prabhuji.
Very well. Very nice. So we'll get your darshan today then.
I will try to, yes, Prabhuji, sure.
Very nice. Okay.
I have reported in Delhi,
Hmm.
so I came for like a week or two. I had to settle some things there.
Okay.
I'll be going back next Sunday.
Okay. Nice.
Prabhuji.
Okay. So the Prabhu question is, you have committed a mistake. You know that it is your mistake. You wanted to tell sorry to somebody, but you did not tell. What is that? Do you remember any such incident or do you face such situation?
No, Prabhuji, I make sure if I am wrong and I know I'm wrong, I make sure to apologize to that person.
Okay.
Because if I'm not doing that, that thought will keep on eating me for years together.
Hmm. Okay. Seems like all the members in our group are devotees. So they're all exalted devotees. So at least let me change the question then. At least I'll try to understand, if there are any such things left out in your life. Let's say you want to say sorry, but to the person whom you want to say sorry is no more. So you are not able to tell sorry. Anybody like that?
Yeah, myself, Prabhuji.
Okay.
My
Yes,
father,
Prabhu.
actually. My father passed away long back.
Okay.
But I still regret that maybe I should have taken care of him more. I regret that part now, and I wanted to say him sorry that I couldn't dedicate myself so much in his last days. So that regret is always there with me.
Okay. Very cool. Okay. Anybody else? Now I changed the question because I'm not getting the answer I want.
Yes, Prabhu, that regret is also there for me.
Okay. So you want to tell sorry, but the person whom you want to tell sorry is no more.
Is no more. But I have told mentally I have told him, but I'm not satisfied.
But why you did not tell sorry when he was available?
Because I didn't know. I told him what I talked at him. I didn't know, Prabhu. Recently, I came to know he misunderstood this thing. What I said, he misunderstood. So from third person, I came to know that he misunderstood this thing. So I couldn't tell him.
Okay.
So what I told him was really hurting him. I didn't know that, Prabhu. Recently, I came to know about it, but it is too late now.
Okay. Vinod Prabhu, Shri Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji, I have also a regret to my mother and wife. I used to sometimes fight with them. Like my mother tries to speak to me, but I'll not be in a situation to speak because of maybe multiple external influences. Because I will be preparing for some entrance. I'll be stressed out with my jobs and all, and some influence, but I'll not. So in that instance, I'll not be able to speak to them properly. So when they try to ask me, they ask me why you are not speaking so much, like you're busy, so much occupied. Means I used to find some reasons with me. I don't know, maybe my mistake. So I regret. I realized lately, and it happens. It happened with my wife also. The same thing. So now when I am realizing they are no more.
Okay. Anybody else has that situation? Okay. Okay, so the best thing is that you go and tell sorry. If others are misunderstanding you, even if it is not your mistake, as Rangarao Prabhu said, I know it is not my mistake. They are thinking it is my mistake, so I am not telling sorry. No matter whether it is your mistake or not. If others are thinking that you are doing wrong or you are hurting them for any other reasons, even if you are not reason for that, you know that you are not reason for that, but still tell sorry. There's nothing that you are going to lose by telling sorry. Rather, you will gain a lot by telling sorry. Okay. The reason for why we don't tell sorry is because the false ego. The false ego is something which is stopping us to tell sorry to anybody. Now, I want to ask, today's topic also is about false ego. I want to ask all of you what you understand by false ego. The word false ego. What you understand by false ego?
Giving more priority to us.
Giving more
Thinking
priority to us. Okay.
myself, everything before anything. So that comes as a screen whenever we try to do something. Why should I do? Why should I, like, priority to us? Something happens to us, so like pride, whatever it is, we can take it as different way.
Okay. Okay. Hitendra Prabhu, what you think false ego means?
Prabhuji, I am not sure if I am thinking the correct way about this, but what I feel after joining ISKCON and learning a little about these things is like Bhagwan Shri Krishna and Gita, they tell us that our inherent nature is to be servant of Lord. So servant is basically the lowest person. But what mistake we make is that in our usual day-to-day lives, we connect ourselves to material things. We feel like we have achieved something. We are somebody big. Like I got a promotion, I will start feeling like, Arey, I have become a boss now. We tend to go down that road. And then we start thinking, अरे नहीं, हम बड़े हैं, हम क्यों सॉरी बोलेंगे, हमारे को क्या करना है. We forget that we are actually not the ones who are doing things. Like I try to think it the other way. अभी मेरे को एग्जाम क्लियर होगा तो I try to think it के भगवान की कृपा से हुआ है भाई, मैंने नहीं किया है. कुछ अच्छा हुआ तो यार भगवान ने दिला दिया है, कुछ बुरा भी हुआ तो ठीक है यार भगवान, हो गया आप संभाल लेना. तो I tried not to put things on my head. When I put things on my head, I feel like I have become something big, which we are not, basically.
Okay.
अभी
I
गाली
think
भी
I think I should give this class to you. You should
yeah.
take the class and I should hear from you.
No, Prabhuji, please don't say like that.
No, bro. You understood Bhagavad Gita very well, I would say. And exactly the meaning you said. Okay, I'll come back to you. Now I want to check from others. What do they think of false ego? Yes, Mataji.
It is giving more importance to ourselves, Prabhu.
Giving more
That
importance to ourselves.
self-indulgence, I think.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else want to add anything about false ego?
Thinking we are great. We then anyone else are like colleagues, whoever it is. We always feel great of ourselves.
And let me ask you another question. Let me put it in the different way. Okay, false ego is something more or less everybody said right. And Hitendra Prabhu, from the context of Bhagavad Gita, he said, okay, that is also right. Now, if I ask you what is ego, we all talk about ego also, right? False ego, you said now. What do you mean by ego?
Ego is almost same only, Prabhuji. As per my understanding, ego and false ego is like ego itself is a false something like a misconception, something like that. So we can call it as a false ego. Like that. No much difference between ego and false ego. That is
Then
what my understanding.
Then why our topic name is false ego? Why not it is ego?
To
They
highlight
both
it is
are
false.
seems to be synonyms, Prabhuji.
Huh?
However, sometimes both are seems to be synonyms. Ego sometimes we should feel it. Sometimes we should not. Sometimes we may be correct, but some people say it is wrong. During that situations, we should feel somewhat ego in saying that I am right. బట్ ఫాల్స్ ఈగో మీన్స్ కరెక్ట్ గా తెలుగులో చెప్పాలంటే కింద పడినా మీద పడినా నేనే కరెక్ట్ అని అంటారు చూసారు ప్రభుజీ, అది ఫాల్స్ ఈగో.
Okay, that means ego means I am wrong, I am right, others are understanding wrong. False ego means I am wrong, others are understanding wrong. Am I right? According to you, Prabhu?
Yes, ప్రభుజీ.
Okay. Anybody else can give definition for ego? False ego I heard from you. I want to hear about ego also. Yashvi Mataji? You have ego or not?
Prabhuji, please correct me. But I feel like ego can be used in a positive way as well.
Okay.
False ego is like an illusion which we have created for ourselves, just
Okay.
to make ourselves happy. Like ego is, if we are talking like now for ego, we cannot talk in context of devotion. I feel maybe I don't know, but like if we are doing something good, we like just like Prabhuji said just now, that if we are doing something good and we know it is good, then in that way ego can be there. We are actually doing something good or something for the good of society or the people. So I think it can be used in a constructive way as well. Just like a long time back, if I remember correctly, either you or some Prabhuji said that all the all the vikars can also be utilized in the service of Lord,
Okay.
other than jealousy. So if ego also we can utilize in the service of Lord, then it cannot be completely bad, I think.
Okay, you are coming close to the answer. Okay. Okay, so let me make you understand this. First, I will talk more about false ego. The false ego is today's topic. The difference between the false ego and the ego is the word false, right? You remove the false, and then it becomes ego. That means it's an opposite word. So the ego opposite word is false ego. So the definition for false ego is misidentification. Ourself. We are identifying ourselves wrongly. Okay, that is false ego. What is our real identity? That is ego. Let's say if I am identified by my name or by my family or by my village or by my designation, or by my color, or by my caste, or by my religion, or by my the living area, then this is false ego. Okay, these are all the material designations that I have. The name that I have is given to me by my parents. I am not the name. If anybody is identifying me by the name, then I am not the name. Or if anybody say, hey, can you show that black color guy, the person who is black? That means I'm identified by my color. Whether I'm white or I'm black complexion, I'm identified by something that is visibly seen. Then that is false ego. So when we have that feeling, or when we have that knowledge that I am so and so, I can be identified in this way with by my achievements also. It can be, the person who got gold medal in so and so 10th standard, or maybe so and so BTech exam or BTech university. That person. That means I'm identified with some recognitions that I have, or by my achievements that I have. Then that is a false ego. Thinking that I am the doer. Thinking that I am the doer. That is the false ego. Something that I achieved, let us say, today company is surviving only because of me. If I am not there, my company is not there. The moment I leave, then they will understand my value. The moment I leave, the company will collapse. The moment I leave, they will incur losses. What is this? This is false ego. Because we are thinking I am doer. I am the person who is the source. I am the person who is the master. I am the person who should be respected. I am the person who should be recognized. I am the person who should be given credit for every achievement. This is false ego. That means every action that we are doing is centered by I. If I am the center of anything that I am thinking, if I am the center of anything I am doing, I am the center for anything that is achieved, then this is false ego. Okay? This is called misidentification. When you identify yourself that you are not this body, you are not the designations that you have materially, then you are in a real ego, not false ego. True ego. We call it as a true ego. A false ego, opposite word is true ego or ego. We don't need to put a true. If we are, understanding the true ego concept, then you don't think that you are the servant of Krishna. Think that anything you are doing is by the mercy of Krishna. Think that you being a servant of Krishna, your job is to serve Krishna. You are a part and parcel of Krishna. You are a fragmental part of Krishna. Then this is real ego, true ego. You wanted to enjoy. As we have seen in the previous class, we wanted to enjoy. Thinking that why Krishna only should be enjoyed? Why not I can enjoy like Krishna? Because of this particular contamination that we have in our mind, Krishna has given us a special environment which is called material world, where you can go and enjoy like a master, like Krishna. We have misidentified ourselves saying that I am the enjoyer. I am the person who is supposed to be enjoyed, not Krishna. Then Krishna says, okay, you enjoy, but if you are in a spiritual world, you cannot do that. Because spiritual world, people will not have false ego. Spiritual world, everybody will have a true ego. That means they know who is master, they know what is their position. They will be situated in their position as a servant. That's why we call everybody as Prabhuji. What is the meaning of Prabhuji? What is the meaning of Prabhu? Prabhu.
Supreme.
Prabhu is a
Being
master,
supreme.
right? Master, who is a supreme, or to whom I have to serve. He is my master, I am a servant. So I call everybody Prabhuji. Okay. So the consciousness has to be cleansed. The false ego has to be removed from our mind. For that, our actions, our mind, our words have to be chosen. Otherwise, we cannot purify our consciousness. That's why we call everybody Prabhuji, saying that I am your servant. When I say somebody Prabhuji, I am accepting that I am a servant, I am not Prabhu. I am not Prabhu, I am servant. That means false ego word is removed from us. By words also, we should be cultivating a true ego in us. This is the purpose why we call. And the name that is changed to us, Murali Priya Govinda Das. Why my name is suffixed by Das?
Servant.
Because I am a servant. I'm a servant. That means the name that is given to me by my guru is Das. Das suffixed. That means he is trying to make me realize that you are Das. You are not Prabhu. But the Karmi name means the actual name that is given to me by my parents. That is called Karmi name. And the name that I am using now is my spiritual name. It's not Karmi name, spiritual name. The Karmi name is given to us by parents, and the Karmi name does not have Das words. Right? Hitinder, Murali, Vinod, Madhuri, Yashvi. These are the names. Where is Das, Dasi? There is no Das, Dasi. That's the reason our consciousness has not been developed in a right way. The way we are living, the way we are identified, the way we are thinking is contaminating our consciousness. And we are forgetting that we are Das. And we are forgetting that we are the part and parcel of Krishna. We are forgetting that we are meant for serving Krishna. And what is the lifestyle that is given to us is making us to remember is only that I am a master and I should be enjoyed. And rest all given to me is by anybody, whether it is my father, my mother, or my parents, or it may be by my friends, or my achievements. Whatever I get is for my enjoyment. It is for my enjoyment. It is meant for me, not for anybody else. Whatever I achieved is mine, and whatever you achieved is also mine, and whatever everybody else is also having is mine. This concept is making us degrade our life, which is not the right consciousness. We have to improve our consciousness from false ego to true ego. And that is the purpose that we are going to learn today's subject more deeply about what Krishna is telling about the real consciousness, true consciousness. When you don't understand your problem, you cannot fix it, right? When we don't understand our problem, we don't fix it. So far, we don't know how we should live because nobody taught us. And the environment that we have or the culture that we are in is not helping us to realize what we are. But fortunately, we came into the right path and we are referring to Bhagavad Gita kind of scriptures where Krishna has categorically mentioned about false ego and real ego. Then he tried to differentiate the people who are in false ego and the true ego. Then that should be taken as an advantage and we should come to the real consciousness. Okay, that is the purpose of scriptures. Scriptures will help us to identify ourselves rightly, not wrongly. Okay. If you don't understand this, what will happen? I will tell you. We will be in the misconception and we will not be able to use our body in a right way. A body is like a vehicle given to us. And the vehicle is meant for traveling from one place to another place. And the body is also a vehicle for us to travel from this material world to the spiritual world. If you cannot use your vehicle to travel from one place to another place, and you keep washing it every day, you keep cleaning it every day, but not using, then what will happen to the vehicle after a year or 2 years?
Not work.
It will rust. It will become unusable, right? Even after a year or 2 years, when you realize that the vehicle is there, I want to travel, let me take a ride, then you try to switch on it, the battery will dry. It cannot even switch on. Somebody should come and push. Okay, it requires ignition. In the same way, if the body is given to us and not used for transmigrating ourselves from the material world to the spiritual world, which means that we are keeping our body unused. We are daily applying snow, taking a bath, applying fair and lovely, lipstick, powder, everything we are applying, but not using it. Then what will happen to the body? Somebody has to come and push you so that you will understand where to go, how to go. And this is what is happening. The vehicle is meant for traveling, and the body should be treated like a vehicle to travel from this material existence to the spiritual existence. If you don't realize this, that means we are in contamination. We are forgetting about the Krishna. We are forgetting about real position. We are in false ego. We are in false ego. That is the big problem. Okay. So let us see what Krishna is telling about false ego definition, and then we will try to understand more detail. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, a soul has two bodies. A soul is covered with two types of bodies. A soul is covered with two types of bodies. And the first body is subtle body. And the second body is gross body. Okay. A subtle body is something that we cannot see, we cannot feel, we cannot realize physically. Whereas the gross body is something that we can realize, we can see, we can touch, we can feel. The gross body is made up of gross elements. The gross elements are also called as Panchabhutas. Panchabhutas. Okay. Earth, fire, water, earth, fire, water, air,
Ether.
ether. Okay. These are called Panchabhutas. And our body is made up of all these five elements. That is the reason physically you can see them. Physically you can touch them. You can hurt them. You can make it, you can, by your eyes, by your hands, by your knowledge acquiring senses, you can feel it. Okay. But whereas there is another body which is called subtle body. Subtle body is something that you cannot see. And the subtle body is called mind, intelligence, and ego. The subtle body is made up of these three elements: mind, intelligence, and ego. These are the three elements of subtle body. Now, a person dying means what? A person dying means leaving gross body. A person dying means leaving gross body. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna mentioned a subtle body takes the soul from one body to another body. What is happening here? The soul is traveling from one body to another body. The soul is traveling from one body to another body, and this is carried by subtle body. Mind and intelligence and ego. These are the three elements which are carrying the soul from one body to another body. Okay. That means you are changing the gross body, but you are not changing the subtle body. Got it? You're changing the gross body. You're not changing the subtle body. We know for sure that we are going to die. Everybody in the past who are elders to us have passed away. Nobody was there. So we are sure that we will also die. But what we need to understand is when we are dying, our subtle body is not dying. As long as the subtle body is there, we are supposed to be in this material world. That means if the subtle body is not dying, and if the subtle body is coming along with this soul all the way, in all the lifetimes, then how we can go back to Krishna? Subtle body will not die. So what we need to do is, we need to purify the subtle body. Purification process is something that we need to adopt for purifying the subtle body. That means even after you go back to Krishna's world, you will still have subtle body. But that subtle body is not same as the subtle body that you have today. This subtle body has contaminations, whereas the subtle body that you get when you are going back to Godhead is the pure subtle body. True ego, true intelligence, true mind. Mind, intelligence, and ego, these will be pure. These will be pure. When you make this subtle body pure, then you don't have any job in this material world. You don't have anything to do in this material world. For that purpose, human body is given to us. So use your body to purify your subtle senses. Subtle senses are these three. Purify subtle senses. That is the purpose of gross body. The gross body purpose is to purify subtle senses. If you can't do this, then your gross body goes waste. Your gross body is not used it in a right way. So for that, we need to approach how to cleanse subtle body. We need to approach Guru, Shastra, Sadhu. We need to approach three people. Whom should we approach? We should approach sadhus, we should approach Shastra, and we should approach Guru.
Krishna Prabhuji, one doubt at this point. You said the soul is carried by the subtle body, and it will not change usually when carrying from one body to another body. So I have a doubt, like when a person ages, so elderly people, their mind will come down, intelligence will come down. So what should I understand that? You said it will not change. What does it mean actually? Both are different or same?
Actually, when a person becomes old aged, their subtle senses will not have any change. Okay, their gross parts only misfunction. Like ears cannot hear, eyes cannot see. Okay, memory will not work. Their memory, they loses their memory. The hands will not function. The legs will not function. But subtle body will remain the same. The consciousness will not have any effect. That is the reason when you die and take a new birth, new body, the sanskaras that you have, the nature that you have, the talents that you have, the the behavior that you have will be carried to the next body. The desires that you have will be carried to next body. That's why if you see some people by birth, they are talented. By birth, a kid of 5 years old can sing songs so well, or he can play musical instruments. How is that possible? Even though we are 40s, 50s, we are not able to do that. A 5 years old boy is able to do. Why? Because it is there in his subconsciousness. It is coming from his subtle body. See, whatever the talents that you have today, you may not remember everything in next body, but some things will definitely will pop up. Okay. So the behavior also comes. That's why you see in a family, not all the kids will be same. Not everybody in the same family. Mother same, father same, but why not kids same? For two children, mother father are same, but why those two don't behave same? Why those two don't like things same? Why those two don't achieve same things? Why those two don't have a same consciousness, same behavior? Certain things I am angry, certain things my brother is not angry. For certain things he reacts in a different way, for certain things I react in a different way. Why is that? It is because of the subtle body change. Gross body is given to us by our parents, but not the subtle body. Okay? Who has given you gross body is your father, your mother. But subtle body is not something that is given to you by them. Subtle body comes from your previous life.
Even
Life
the
after
false
life.
egos,
Pardon, Prabhu?
even the false egos and contaminations will carry.
Everything will be carried. That's why it is very important for us to purify before we die. Otherwise, next life also we will remain like this only. Somebody is a somebody is a killer by nature. Okay, he want to kill people or he want to kill animals. By nature, he is like that. It is carried from his past life. If you at least adopt certain sattvic qualities in this lifetime, at least next lifetime, your consciousness will be further purified. It requires many lifetimes for us to purify our consciousness. It is not one body which is sufficient for us to purify our contaminations, because these contaminations got accumulated over many lifetimes. Many lifetimes. These contaminations got, accumulated. So how much time it requires to purify? Not one lifetime. Not one lifetime. So we have to purify. If you come to the stage of understanding Bhagavad Gita, or if you come to the stage of you associating with the devotees and identifying yourself in a real way, then the speed of cleansing becomes more. Like you will clean your subtle body very fast. That's why if you see few people get connected to us very quickly, and for few people it requires a lot of time to connect to us. Why? It takes a long time. In CPWD quarters there are hundreds of people. Why only 2, 3, 4 families are coming to coming in contact with us? Why not others? Right? We have so many devotees, who are so many people on road, but why not everybody? It is because of the contaminations that they have, which were not purified in previous life. We might have purified to some extent in our previous life. That's why we are all associating together and doing the practice. We are practicing to cultivate ourselves, to be identifying in a right manner.
Prabhuji,
Mm.
uh, if see contamination when we are talking about, so somebody is there. So basic difference in people is there, that like I am believing in Krishna, or I am believing in some other Devi or Devta. I consider them as Bhagwan, like Bhagwan Shiv.
Mm.
I am not going to ISKCON because I am a devotee of Bhagwan Shiv. I am going to Shiva temple.
Mm.
So those guys are also not coming to temple. They are also not coming connecting with us. So can we still say that contamination is there in them?
Yes, we can still
How?
say there is a contamination.
But they are not doing anything wrong. They are devoting themselves to a god. Only thing is they are not moving towards Krishna. That
Yes.
point is still there. But how can we say that they are contaminated?
The contamination here does not mean that you are doing wrong things or false things.
Okay.
You are misidentifying yourself. You are not rightly identifying. That itself is a contamination. Okay. For example, I want to drink water. Okay. When I want to drink water, I cannot pick a glass of water from a mud pond and then drink. The contamination is more. But at the same time, I cannot drink water just by putting my glass under the tap and drink. You understand? There is a tap water, there is a mud water. There is a difference in the contamination.
Okay.
So it looks pure. The glass which is taken from the tap, the water which is taken from the tap looks pure compared to the glass of water that we have taken from mud pond. So do you mean that the glass of water which is from the tap is not contaminated?
Okay.
But this particular water has to undergo some process. And that process is called RO. What will RO do? What will RO do?
Take out those remaining impurities.
It will take out all contaminations. There are multiple stages of filtration that happens in RO. 5-stage filtration. You go and ask for RO and they will tell specifications. My RO is 5-stage, 6-stage, 7-stage filtration. Right? So when the stages increases, what will happen? You give 1 liter of water, you will get only 100 ml of water out. What is happening to 900 ml of water?
Filtration.
In the filtration process, it's going out. That is all contamination. That's all contamination. The pure water comes out. The purest of pure water comes out. And you will qualify that water only to drink. You don't qualify rest all to drink. In the same way, a person who is worshipping Devi Devatas requires purification process like water purification. Otherwise, that person is not qualified to worship Krishna. That person consciousness is not still purified. He is still considered as a contaminated. He may be doing good thing. He may be doing karma kanda. Why is he going to Devi Devatas temples? Is because he want to gain something materially. Right? I got promotion. So I will go and take circumambulation in Lakshmi temple or Hanuman temple or Baba temple, somewhere that temple, this temple, we will go and we will pray. You told before promotion I came to you and I requested you for giving me promotion. And then you fulfilled my desire, so I am coming and I am doing this. Okay, people are going to temple. Do you mean this is purity?
This is business basically.
Business. People are doing business with the name of going to temples. Right? There are a lot of people who are giving in Tirupati. They give lots and lots of their assets. I know from, what is his name? Gali Janardhan, who is a minister in Karnataka, right? He has given, golden and diamond kirit, the crown, to Balaji, Tirupati Balaji. What for he has given? Because he was benefited by much more than that. Okay. So we also say, Balaji, if you can fulfill this desire, I will come next time and I will come by walk. Or I will do mundan. Or next time when I come, I will donate 1 lakh. Next time when I come, I will give money for, annadan. Or something XYZ we keep telling, right? These are all bribing God so that we get whatever we want. Ultimate goal of going to temple, ultimate goal of any worship that we are doing is to achieve something materially. That is also contamination. So people who are going to Devi Devata's temple are contaminated definitely, because their motive is not pure devotional service. Their motive is fulfilling their material desires. So definitely it is contamination. Right, Prabhu? They are not doing anything harm to the society, but still they are contaminated.
Prabhuji,
Mm.
like if so many people I know from like our circle only, they have started attending ISKCON classes. They have started paying attention to Bhagavad Gita and Shri Krishna. But they are still like, I won't say following religiously the other things like other festivals or the days like Mahashivratri and Navratri and all those,
Mm.
but they are still observing fasts on those days.
Mm.
Is it also like wrong or something? Like, can they still do it if they wish? Like, they're not asking for any bribe, like they're like in the way we were talking about doing business and all, but like out of respect, they are still doing it. Could be we have been like we have been doing it so since so long. So, okay, we are following now in the right footsteps, but we still want to continue doing that. Is it also considered wrong only?
Mm, in a way, yes, wrong only. Why? I will tell you. The reason is that you still did not develop 100% surrender on Krishna.
Okay.
Okay. Um, it's like it's like I have one wife and I live with my wife. But sometimes I go to some other girl, some other lady. She's not my wife, but
Okay.
still I go and talk. I am not expecting anything from her, but still I go and talk. What does that mean? What does that mean?
That is wrong only.
The dedication or the 100% surrenderness is still not there. That's why Krishna says a person who is in full devotion to me is called avyabhicharena bhakti. Avyabhicharena bhakti. So Krishna expects avyabhicharena bhakti. In other words, to say avyabhicharena bhakti means there is no deviation in the love that I have. I have love, and I have love only for Krishna. I love Krishna, but at the same time, I also love X. I also love Y. I also love Z. What does it mean? Your
But
love is divided. Krishna
but
does not want divided love.
Prabhu,
100% love is required.
if we are not like not talking about it in the form of loving as we are loving Krishna,
Mhm.
like what if I talk about myself? What if I just out of paying respect, because my mother was a very serious devotee of Lord Shiva.
Mhm.
She is now slowly stopping doing that, but I still feel कि अरे ठीक है महाशिवरात्रि है तो एक दिन का फास्ट रख लो क्या हो गया कोई बात नहीं. So
Mhm.
in that way, if I am doing that, I am not loving him as much as I'm loving Krishna, obviously.
Mhm.
But like, is it still considered wrong?
The consciousness has to be improved further. I don't say it is wrong, but there should be some correction in the consciousness that in relation with Krishna, you observe fast, even
Yes.
on Mahashivratri day.
Okay.
Example, we are observing fast on the appearance and disappearance day of our acharyas.
Mm.
Okay, I appear fast on appearance day of my Guru Maharaj. I appear fast on the disappearance and appearance day of my previous acharyas, including Prabhupada, so Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, or maybe Bhakti Vinod Thakur, or any other previous acharyas. Whenever they appear, whenever they disappear, those days I am observing fast. Does that mean that I am not 100% surrendered to Krishna? No, that's not that meaning. Why am I observing fast when Prabhupada appeared? Why am I observing fast when Prabhupada disappeared? Is because Prabhupada is a pure devotee of Krishna. And Prabhupada is my Acharya who is connecting me with Krishna. So I observe fast on the day on those days. In the same day, in the same way, if you also can think that Lord Shiva is a devotee of Krishna.
Yes.
And I observe fast on the day of Shivaratri for Shiva because Shiva is a pure devotee of Krishna. Then
Correct.
there is no problem, no mistake. Your consciousness is 100% purified.
That should be the right way.
That should be the right way. Right? Ashmi Mataji, you have a question?
No, Prabhuji, actually, even I was having this doubt.
Okay.
Good, it got cleared.
Yeah. So the right consciousness has to be developed while doing something. Okay. I think in second chapter, in third chapter, Krishna clarifies all these things. We are already in center, we are discussing third chapter. Okay. Maybe next week it will come more detailed. Next week verse, it will come more details of the position of Devatas and how to satisfy Krishna. So these things will come in the current section that we are discussing in the center every Sunday. Okay. Now, let's come back to our topic. We are discussing about false ego. Okay. So, actually now what we discussed is subtle body we discussed. When we discussed about subtle body contains three elements. This also we discussed. Subtle body contains mind, intelligence, and false ego. Today we are going to discuss only false ego, but we will discuss about mind and intelligence next week.
Prabhuji, false ego or ego? You said mind, intelligence, and ego.
False ego.
False
Because
ego.
it is not pure. Ego or false ego, whatever it may be. If it is a purified, it's a true ego. If it is not purified, it is a false ego.
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, when we are in this material body, we have false ego only. Okay. The soul in the material body is covered with false ego only. Definitely. If the false ego is not there, a true ego is there, then obviously our mind and intelligence also got purified and we will not have material covering. Rather, we will have spiritual covering. And that is different body which we cannot see. Okay. But after purification of mind, intelligence and false ego also, we will have a spiritual body. And that body is not made up of gross elements. That is a permanent body that you will get, that you will use to go back to Krishna. Okay. What is Krishna telling about false ego? Let us see. The definition of false ego by Krishna. So far, whatever we have spoken is in line with what Krishna said or not, we will see. प्रकृते क्रियमाणानि गुणै कर्माणि सर्वशः अहंकार विमूढात्मा कर्ताहमिति मन्यते प्रकृते क्रियमाणानि गुणै कर्माणि सर्वशः अहंकार विमूढात्मा कर्ताहमिति मन्यते. The spirit's soul, bewildered by the influence of false ego, thinks himself the doer of activities that are actually carried out by the three modes of material nature. This is the definition that Krishna is giving for the false ego. Okay, Krishna is telling the spirit soul, which is pure, no contamination to the spirit soul. It's a pure in nature. It's like a raindrop. A raindrop is pure, no contamination, which is bewildered in the influence of false ego. The moment when the pure water drop from the rain is brought into the mud water, what will happen to that raindrop? The raindrop gets contaminated. It becomes like a muddy. Right? Let's say if the same drop falls in a river, what will happen? The river water taste comes to the raindrop. That means it gets contaminated by the nature of river water. Let's say if the same raindrop falls in a ocean, then what happens? It gets the qualities of ocean water. Right? In the same way, the spirit soul is pure by nature, which is brought into the contact of this material nature. What is the material nature? The material nature is having three modes of material nature we talk about, right? Influenced by three material modes. Mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. Mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. Sattva, Rajas, Tamoguna. These are the three modes which are making us to play, which are making us to act, which are making us to think in a certain way. That is the reason the way I am behaving is not the way you are behaving. Because the influence of these three modes on me is differently there compared to how you are influenced by them. If Sattva-guna influence is more, my behavior is different. If Rajoguna influence is more, my behavior is different. If Tamoguna influence is more, my behavior is different. There are total 4 lakhs types of human beings with the combination of these three modes influencing in a different ratios of these goodness, passion, and ignorance. Okay, we are thinking we are the doers. We don't understand that we are under the influence of these modes. We are thinking we are the doers. I am doing this. Today, whatever I achieved is because of what I am. We are not thinking that there is someone behind us who is controlling this. Krishna has given this material nature, right? For us to come and enjoy in this material world. Why we came to material world? Because we want to enjoy like how Krishna enjoys. We forgot that Krishna is only the enjoyer and we are supposed to be the instrument for Krishna to enjoy. We forgot this. That's why Krishna sent us to the material nature. And he says that he has put us under a condition that we have a false ego. So that we forget Krishna. If we remember Krishna, can we enjoy the way we want to enjoy? We can't. Yashoda Mata, let us say, she is treating Krishna as a baby, her son. If she can remember that Krishna is a supreme Lord, can she hold a stick and run behind Krishna? Huh? She will fall on the feet of Krishna and say, whatever you do, I am surrendering it to you. I am surrendering to you. I will not even warn you. I will not even scold you. I will not even beat you. Because you are Supreme Lord. If Yashoda Mata remembers that Krishna is a Supreme Lord, then she cannot perform her duty. Right? Even though Yashoda Mata is a pure devotee, she was also kept under illusion. And that illusion is the right illusion because she is loving Krishna more in that illusion. But he kept us in a different illusion. And with that illusion, we are not going close to Krishna, rather we are going away from Krishna. That's why our illusion and Yashoda Mata illusion are not same. Right? So our illusion is that I want to enjoy. That's why we have false ego. Yashoda Mata, enjoyment. Yashoda Mata, illusion is a true ego. True ego. Because she is serving Krishna all the time. She's serving Krishna. She knows that I am servant of Krishna and my duty is to serve Krishna. That's why I make butter, I make milk, I make sweets, I make all milk products or anything that I make for Krishna only. She made Krishna center. Whenever she is preparing something, she think, can Krishna like this or not?
But Prabhuji,
Mhm.
Yashoda Ma is doing that for her son, not for Krishna.
And that son
Krishna
is
is her
Krishna.
son. That is another thing.
Yeah,
Son is Krishna, that is one thing, but she does not know it.
she does
She's
not know.
also doing it. She's also doing it for her son only.
Correct.
She's not thinking that she's offering it to Lord Krishna. She's like, I'm
Definitely.
giving it to my son Krishna.
Whether you know or you don't know, but if you are doing for Krishna, then you are a pure devotee. Okay, Krishna only given that illusion to her so that the Vatsalya rasa between Krishna and Yashoda Mata can be exchanged. Krishna can still feel like I am a son of Yashoda Mata. Yashoda Mata can still feel that I am a mother of Krishna. that feeling, that natural love between a mother and son should not be lost. That's the reason Krishna kept her under illusion. Otherwise, she knows.
Prabhuji, I want to understand this point a little more elaborately, if you can help me. See, thing is, if my mother is doing something for me, I know I am a human being, I am a servant of Krishna, but I'm asking it in another context. If my mother is she is doing something for me, somebody will come, अरे तुम क्या इधर लगे रहते हो, भगवान की पूजा करो. उधर ही Yashoda Ma is doing for her son. But now, coincidentally, her son is God himself. So, how does that ego changes from true ego to false ego? Because my mother may be doing it under false ego, कि मैं अपने बेटे के लिए कर रही हूँ. But that thought process is same only, no?
Yes, your mother, let's say when you are doing, let's say when the class is happening, then if you are not attending class and then your mother says, what are you doing here? Go and attend class. Or what are you doing here? Go and do Krishna service. And that is true ego. That's not a false ego. That's not a false ego. See, she is concerned about you because you are not doing devotional service to Krishna and you are wasting that time in some materialistic things. So she is making you realize that the Krishna is Supreme Lord and your duty now is to serve Krishna. So that is not a false ego. Definitely not a false ego. Let us say if she is thinking that satisfying or making my son happy is my job, or taking care of my son is my job, not realizing that my son is a devotee of Krishna, then that is a false ego. In the same way, you are serving your family in a way, right? Your wife, your kids, your husband, your wife, or whatever, your spouse, okay? If your spouse is not a devotee, then you are not doing devotional service.
Okay.
If your spouse is a devotee and you are taking care of him or her, then you are doing a devotional service. You are serving Krishna directly. If your husband or wife is a devotee of Krishna, you don't have to explicitly go to temple and do a service to Krishna. You can serve your family members, which is equal to serving Krishna. Got it, Prabhu? Okay, I make a laddu today and I offer it to I make a laddu today and I offer it to Hitendra Prabhu because Hitendra Prabhu has done a devotional service and he is tired, and as soon as he come back and I will give him laddu so that he will get more energy and he will go back and do more service. Then that is a real consciousness, true consciousness. Okay? Yes, Damayanti Mataji.
If they are not devotees, what should we do, Prabhu?
If they are not devotees, you should pray, Lord, ask them, give them devotion, make them chant at least one round so that my service to him or her will not go waste.
Even then,
if they are doing,
even
you can't do anything. You have to ask Krishna, why you have given me such family. I want to serve your devotees. Either you make them devotees or give me a different family in the next life so that they are devotees. Your consciousness should not be contaminated because your family members are not devotees. Okay, see, Krishna has given this service to you, no matter whether you like it or don't like it. Krishna has given you your husband. Krishna has given you your children. You have to serve them. But you should pray Krishna, why you have given me non-devotees children? Why you have given me non-devotee husband? Make them devotee. You should ask Krishna that way. But that does not mean that you give up your service. Okay? You make them devotees. You make them devotees. Ask them to read Bhagavad Gita one shloka one day. What is the problem for them to read? They know, right? To read. They know Kannada. They know English. What is the problem in reading one shloka Bhagavad Gita?
Some people, they won't.
You have to tell them. You have to tell them. You have to make them come to that stage. Slowly it happens. It will not happen overnight. It will happen. I am also like your husband at one point of time. Don't worry. I never go to temples. Okay. But Saturday, Sunday, I am fully busy with temples.
It's not comparing oneself with another Prabhu, but even then, even if we tell 100 times they won't listen, means what should be our attitude towards them? I'm asking.
You have to be, sympathizing such people. You have to show some mercy on them. You have to, the real knowledge. So Krishna kept them in ignorance. So if a person who is in ignorance, do we make fun of them or do we show some sympathy on them?
Sympathy, Prabhuji.
No, we are not making fun of them, but what should be our
We should show
attitude towards
sympathy.
them?
See, simple thing. Many ways to bring them into Krishna consciousness. One, you tell them. Two, you make them involved in the service indirectly without them knowing, like you are using them. Okay. Sunday morning, Sunday 4 o'clock, we need flowers for a puja. So you ask your husband, 4 o'clock I'm going to temple. I need to offer flowers. Go and get flowers from market. Okay. So you'll go and get flowers. You're doing that. Or, today evening we have to serve devotees by prasadam. We need plates. Go and bring plates. He will do it out of love on you. Definitely he will do. These are all the devotional services that you can include them. Or you can tell them, 4 o'clock I am not able to walk. Can you come and drop me there?
It's so irritating, Prabhu.
So
Before we were also like that only, but after coming to Krishna consciousness, it is so irritating. That's all.
no, you can.
Before
See,
we were like that only.
it was irritating for me also when I was dropping my wife. When you and Madhuri were going to some place for satsang, then it was irritating for me also. What can I do? I have no other option. I drop Madhuri there and I stand outside. You remember?
Yes.
Till 1 hour, 2 hours, I used to stand outside. After dropping for 4 weeks or 5 weeks, what I realize is, why should I stand outside? Why can't I sit inside? Okay. Then what did you both made me today? Huh? So Mataji, this happens. It's a slow process. And you can also do in that way. You have a TV. Use the TV to hear the lectures. Instead of you hearing this lecture in your mobile, connect my lecture in TV. Make others also to listen to what I'm saying. Right? Forcibly you are making others to listen. Those who are not devotees also, they will hear some good words. Something that is interesting. Something that is required. They will hear. Otherwise, what will they do? You will keep your earphones in your head and they will watch movie. Rather, use their TV which they are using for watching movie and play this class. They say, I'm not comfortable. You can say, I'm not comfortable hearing the lecture on mobile and I want to hear it in TV. Okay. Then you tell them, can you sit with me for a few minutes? I'm your wife now. Why can't you sit with me? Can I not desire? Can I not have such a small desire that I should spend my time with my husband? Okay. Blackmail. So you blackmail them. Make them sit with you. And then we are sitting with you, then you play something. Chanting, kirtan, dance, mangalarti, or any class, which will give them, slowly they will become devotees, Mataji. Okay. Whenever I am at home, Madhuri used to play some or other lecture in my TV. She never leave me. Okay, she used to give me prasadam every day that I can't avoid. The moment when I come to, she knows I am coming to home at 6:30. She will start a lecture just 5 minutes or 10 minutes before in the TV. The moment I enter, I hear that. Then I sit for some time, right? At least in the hall. While she was hearing that lecture, I also hear. That way, That way we get that consciousness. That way we hear good things. We become devotees in that way. Oh, there are many ways to make others devotees. Definitely, Mataji, they are pious people, so they got your association definitely, and you are helping them in progressing. They are giving donations, they are serving, and they are getting ajnata sukruti, and everybody will have their own time. Not that the time that you came into devotion, they will also come. It requires some more time for them. So give that time to them and patiently wait. So definitely one day they will become devotees. Okay. They are at least pious people. For that you should be happy. Yes. There are so many people who are not pious, doing all wrong things. And our family is much better than that. So we should be thankful to Krishna. Right? That's why a person who is not having false ego will always thank God rather than giving credit for himself. Right? When we achieve something, what will we say? Thank God. Thank God, we will say, right? Rather than saying, how much great I am, just like that I achieved this. We don't say like that. A devotee will not say. Let's say when I am giving a lecture also, so many people will come and say, today lecture is good, Prabhuji. What should I do? If somebody say, today lecture is good, Prabhuji, what should I do? Yes, Mataji, I am like that. I will give lectures like that. Should I say like that? That means I'm taking credit for what I have done. If a false ego is there in a person, he will think like that. If there's no false ego, true ego is there. No, Mataji, this is not my words. These are words of my Guru. So if you want to give credit, you give credit to my Guru, not to me. Because I speak whatever I learned from my Guru. I speak whatever I learned from pure Vaishnavas. I speak whatever I learned from Prabhupada. So all credit goes to Prabhupada, all credit goes to my Guru Maharaj, all credit goes to all senior Vaishnavas, not to me. That's why we say, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru and Gauranga. We tell, right? All glories to Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Guru and Prabhupada. We tell that. And that means we pass on the credit to our acharyas. We don't take the credit. The moment when we take the credit, we are cultivating the false ego. Okay. That is one biggest mistake that we are doing. So we should say all glories to my previous acharyas. You know what happens when you say all glories to my seniors, all glories to my senior acharyas? Anything that you are offering to your gurus will go and reach Krishna. Anything that you are taking will not go to Krishna. Whether it is a devotion, devotional service, or love, or anything that you are doing, if you offer to your gurus, it will reach Krishna. That's why even in Mangalarati, what we do? We pray Gurvastakam. Samsaradavanala. Gurvastakam. Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. Why are we saying that? Why? See, while we are showing Aarti to Krishna, but saying Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. Why are we saying that? You are worshipping Guru, not Krishna. But you are showing Aarti to Krishna. So that way, we are approaching Krishna through Guru. Any worship that you do to Guru will go to Krishna. Any credit that you give to Krishna, Guru will go to Krishna. You know that today I am in this position only because of Krishna. A pure devotee knows that. If I am able to talk, it is because of Krishna. If a good few words are coming from my mouth, it is because of Krishna. I am an instrument. He is using me so that I am able to speak. Not my words, but what my Acharya want to speak. what Krishna want to speak. I am speaking through my mouth. If we can give that credit to them, then we are safeguarding our true ego. Otherwise, we will be in false ego. So, in the definition of ego, also Krishna is saying, you thinking that you are not an instrument, you thinking that you are a doer, is the definition of false ego. Okay. And what else Krishna said? The activities that are actually carried out by three modes of material nature. If you go and watch a puppet show, what will happen in the puppet show? You don't see the people behind the puppets. Puppets will be dancing, puppets will be walking, puppets will be doing everything. And you think, how great these puppets are. Puppets are dancing, puppets. You don't see the person behind the puppets who is making the puppets to dance. Right? So there are, threads tied to the legs and hands, and there is a person holding these threads, and he is making these threads to move like this. Then what will puppets do? Puppets will dance. So you thinking that the puppets are the dancers, then is it a right knowledge? No. In the same way, we are doing things, but we are doing because of Krishna, who is holding the threads called gunas, modes. Guna means rope. Guna means rope. We say, right? Sattva guna, rajo guna, tamo guna. In literal word, guna means rope. Rope is something to bind, right? Use it to bind. Actually, if you see the guna, what is actual guna is, you take three threads and form it in a way like Matajis make the hair, right? Hair will be tied. They'll take it into the three parts and they will tie together, right? That is called guna. Okay. And if you take a small thread and combine those three and then make such things multiple and then combine them together, then it becomes like this big guna. Okay. And if you are tied with that guna, then you cannot be relieved. And this particular big one, rope, was made of small threads only. But if you are tied with that small thread, you can cut it. If you are tied with a big rope, you cannot cut it. That way, the three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamo gunas, are formed in a way and they are used for tying up us in this material world. But unfortunately, we are thinking we are the doers. Krishna is holding these gunas and making us dance, making us act. So we are forgetting that. That's why we are not the doers, we are the puppets in the hands of Krishna. Okay, so in other words, false ego makes us believe we are the doers. It pushes us to take credit for everything, making us forget that Krishna is the controller. Okay, this is what we spoke. Okay, the nature of a person who is in false ego. He thinks himself he is a doer and he takes all the credit of doing things independently and no knowledge that he is under the control of Lord. We are puppets. We forget that we are puppets. There are three gunas who are making us to act. We forget that. And these three gunas are controlled by Krishna. We forget this. That means we are in false ego. Okay. We were created under the supervision of the Lord. And as such, our bodily and mental activities should be engaged in the service of Krishna. There is one verse in Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter. Mamaivamsho jivaloke jivabhuta sanatana. Manasasthani indriyani prakritisthani karshati. There is one verse in Bhagavad Gita. So the verse talks about the living entity in this conditioned world are the fragmental parts of my eternal fragmental parts. These are the eternal fragmental parts. Due to the conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the six senses, which includes mind. Okay? So Krishna is saying, the living entity is my fragmental part and he is eternal. Mamaivamsho jivabhuta jivaloka sanatana. Sanatana means eternal. Jivabhuta means a living entity. Mamaivamsho is my amsha. Krishna says. So if you don't realize that I am a part and parcel of Krishna and you are misidentified with your material designations, that is false ego. But Krishna is clearly telling in Bhagavad Gita, every living entity is eternal part and parcel of me. But what is he doing? He is forgetting these and coming into this conditioned nature and struggling. Prakriti sthani karshati. Karshati means labor, hard work. You forget that you are part and parcel of Krishna, then you come to this Prakriti. Prakriti sthani karshati. You came to this nature, material nature, and doing the hard labor. Doing the hard labor. I think if you remember, I said one story, prodigal son. Prodigal son in our center. The prodigal son was the son who does not want to be with his father and he want to enjoy by separating himself from father. Then what did he do? He went out and he has spent all the money that his father has given and he was no money anymore to enjoy. Then for him to eat food also he is not having. So he went and took care of pigs. And the master of those pigs used to give daily wages. And he spent his whole life like that only to taking care of the pigs and getting the money and eating. This is what he has done. And he was desperate about meeting his father. When he left his father, he was of 5 years or 6 years old. Now he is of 40, 50 years old. He forgot his father for so long, but father did not forget. Somebody told him, you know, your son was taking care of pigs and earning on so and so village. Go and collect your son. Then father running, and he to find out his son. And the moment when he saw his son, he offered a hug, asked his son to come back to his house. Okay, the moment that prodigal son goes back to his house, how he was taken care by his father. Okay, he cleanly shaved, given a new dress, taken bath, looking nice, getting the food 3 times, enjoying the way he wants. No need to do hard work for getting his 3 times food, as long as he is with his father. We are all prodigal sons who does not want to be with our father. We left him many lifetimes back, doing hard work in every lifetime, thinking that we are the doers. The moment when we look towards our real father, Krishna, then we get all the enjoyments without any effort. We are forgetting that. Till you realize this, you have to do this hard labor. And this hard labor, I'm not sure how many lifetimes more we have to do. Till we realize this, we continue doing this. Okay? So, realize that we are the part and parcel of Krishna and we are eternal. That's what Krishna is telling. Okay? Next. The ignorant man forgets that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is known as Hrishikesha, the master of all senses of the material body. How does he forget? Due to his long misuse of senses in sense gratification, he is believed by the false ego, which makes him forget his eternal relationship with Krishna. Okay, we have engaged our senses in the sense gratification for a long time. That's why we forget Krishna. Krishna is Hrishikesha. That means he is the Prabhu of all Indriyas. In Bhagavad Gita 11th chapter, Krishna says, Krishna has shown the universal form, right? Krishna has shown 11th chapter universal form in Bhagavad Gita. So what did he say? He has shown so many heads, so many hands, so many legs, and he is everywhere. He expanded the entire universe. So what should we understand from the universal form of Krishna? What we should understand is, your hand, my hand, everybody else's hand in this universe together is the hand of Krishna. Right? We all are part and parcel of Krishna. My leg, your leg, everybody else's leg, and the whole universe legs are together equal to the leg of Krishna. All our eyes together are the eyes of Krishna. All our tongues together, the tongue of Krishna. We all are part and parcel of Krishna. So we should understand this. We are the part and parcel of Krishna. The universal form tells that. Okay. If Krishna is not having eye, we also don't have eye. If Krishna is not having ears, we also will not have ears. We all over. So when we don't realize that this ear is part of Krishna's ear, then the controller of this ear is Krishna, because the source, or this hand, or this leg, or anything that we possess is given to us by Krishna. That's why he is Hrishikesha. He is the master of all senses. Hrishikesha means master of all senses. That when we realize that, then we use our senses in the service of Krishna rather than using in the service of ourselves. Right? The moment when you take a non-vegetarian piece into your mouth, you should think that you are putting that piece into your Krishna's mouth, because this mouth is Krishna's mouth. Okay. Can Krishna appreciate that? No. Then what we do? We will not even touch those things which Krishna will not accept. Krishna's tongue should be taken care. Krishna's tongue should be fed with a sattvic food. Okay. Because this tongue is, master of this tongue is Krishna. Master of every sense that I have is Krishna. So my sense should be used in the service of Krishna. In the previous chapter that we see, what did we say? Lust is our enemy, and to overcome the lust, we should use our senses in the service of Krishna. Lust sits in senses, so the senses should be kept in the service of Krishna so that we can conquer the lust. We can conquer the lust. This is the learnings that we had in our previous class. Okay, so now in Bhagavad Gita 10.34, Krishna says this when he has shown the Kala Rupa, he was telling, Mrityu sarva haraschaham. I am the death, and I take away all your possessions. However intelligent we may be, however proud we may be for our positions, but death is sure, as sure as death. So, if everything is only temporary, why are we deluding ourselves with false ego? Today, we are proud because of what we have. Today, we have a false ego because of our positions. When you know that our positions are not permanent, when we know that the positions are temporary, then do we have that proudness or the false ego? No. So we need to realize this. So the problem is the contamination. We need to remove all those contaminations. And another problem is hiding these contaminations. We are not committing our weaknesses. You have to boldly say, this is my weakness. Are we ready to tell what is my weakness? Can you say that I am suffering with lust? Can anybody say? Or can you say, I am a greedy person? Kama, Krodha, Lova, Moha, Mada, Matsaya. These are the 6 contaminations that we have. These are the 6 contaminations we have, and we are hiding these contaminations, and these contaminations are becoming like an enemies for us. Purifying the consciousness, purifying the ego is removing these contaminations. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madha, Matsarya. We have to remove these contaminations. For that, you need to understand that you have those. I'll tell you a small incident. There was a forest, and there used to be a what we say, the guard of the forest officer, let us say. Okay, there is a forest officer who takes care of that forest, and there are so many people depend on that forest. And the rule of that forest is that anybody who goes into the forest, they should not kill any animal. And the forest officer's job is to make sure that nobody is killing any animal and eating. You can depend on dry wood in the forest, or you can depend on the fruits that are coming from the forest, but you can't kill the animals and eat. So you should not kill rabbits, you should not kill cats, rats, dogs, anything that is there, forest animal, you should not kill. This is the rule. Forest officer takes care of this. Government appoints a forest officer so that he takes care of the forest, so that the people who are dependent on forest are not killing the animals. Now, being a person who is dependent on forest, one day I went into the forest and I thought I will kill a rabbit and eat. Then what happens? I look for directions. Is there any forest officer nearby? If he is not there, I can do anything I want. If he is there, then I should not do, because he will catch me and he will punish me. So one day what happened? That person, when he went into forest and he felt like, the moment when he has seen a rabbit, he felt like eating the rabbit and he tried to kill it. And in the process of killing, the rabbit did not fully die, half died. So before it died, the forest officer came there. The moment when the person saw the forest officer, he wanted to escape from him. So what he did, the half-killed rabbit was kept into his bag and he kept his bag on the back. Okay. And the forest officer was talking, what are you doing here? Why are you here? What makes you to come here? And the forest officer was continuously talking with him for half an hour to interrogate him, whether he is doing any mischief activities here. And then this person kept on telling, I'm doing nothing, I'm doing nothing, I'm doing nothing. I did not kill any animal, I did not do anything. He's doing. And that half-killed rabbit or the animal, whatever he kept in his bag and kept on his back, what it was doing, it wants to survive. And it started scratching his back. And it is paining him. And the person who is holding that bag on the back, it is paining to him. And he kept on, withstanding that pain. And he is hiding that rabbit inside his bag only. And he is showing as if it is not paining to the forest officer. And he somehow manipulated for half an hour or 45 minutes without showing his pain. Although rabbit was scratching his whole back. After 45 minutes, when the forest officer left from there, and the whole blood has gone. because of the scratching. And the person could not walk. And he fell down and he died. Okay? What happened here? What are we learning from here? We have anarthas. We have contaminations. And if you try to hide these contaminations, and these hidden contaminations will become enemies for you. Tomorrow, those contaminations will kill you. Don't hide. Show the contamination outside. Tell that this is what I am. And I'm trying to overcome this contamination. What I should do, how I should do, rather than hiding them in our bag and putting on the back. And this bag, this hidden contamination in the back will keep scratching our back, and then we die one day with that. We should be not hiding and showing it and working on our contaminations to get purified. This is what we should do. Okay, it's very, very important for one to not hide their contaminations and work on it. And the person example for the false ego is Hiranyakashipu. And the Hiranyakashipu was so proud because of the mode of passion that he was influenced by. And he was a winner of all three worlds. He controlling all three worlds. In fact, I'm not sure whether I explained this story or not of Hiranyakashipu. On the day of Narasimha Jayanti, I introduced Hiranyakashipu as a false ego person. I said, he controls the entire three worlds. You know, if he's feeling sweating, or if he think that I need a fan, okay, what will we do? We will request somebody to put the fan on, or we will go and put the fan on. But when Hiranyakashipu thinks that he need a fresh air, what will he do? What will he do? He will look at the demigod. Okay, he will look at the Vayudeva and say, with the eye blink, he will tell that I need a fresh air. Then the demigod Vayudeva will be shivering. Okay, and he will blow the fresh air to Hiranyakashipu. That is the position of Hiranyakashipu. Indra, Chandra, Surya, Varuna, Vayu, everybody is under the control of Hiranyakashipu. And if you blink the eye, they will be scared. That much, powerful person Hiranyakashipu was. Everybody was worshipping Hiranyakashipu, not any demigods, not Krishna. Because if anybody wants anything from the demigods, and those demigods are under the control of Hiranyakashipu, so the Hiranyakashipu should be worshipped. This is how everybody was worshipping Hiranyakashipu. But unfortunately, Hiranyakashipu had a pure Vaishnava as his son, Prahlad Maharaj, who knows the real position of Hiranyakashipu, who knows the real position of himself, and he was worshipping Lord Narayana, Lord Krishna. Then the Hiranyakashipu was very angry. He was saying, I am the master of everything. Then everybody is worshipping me. Why are you not worshipping me? Why are you thinking somebody else is a controller? No, I am the controller. If I want the rain to be coming now, I will make the rain god to rain now. So I am the controller. So you should worship me. So because of the positions that he has, because of the power that he has, because of the energy that he has, because of the false ego, he is misidentifying himself and thinking that these positions are of my own and I am achieving all these things. Then what did happen? In a fraction of seconds, Krishna has taken incarnation as a Lord Narasimha and killed Hiranyakashipu, and he lost all his positions in one moment. That's why Krishna said, I am Kala. I am the death. And I come and I destroy everyone, including the people who are thinking themselves as a master of controller. So Krishna killed them. And everything that they possess has gone in a moment.
Babuji,
Mm.
I was thinking about this.
Mm.
What if Hiranyakashipu did not try to kill Prahlad Maharaj. He could have continued living that life, no?
But because of the false ego, he does not want Prahlad Maharaj to worship anybody else other than him.
Yes.
Okay, that is a false ego. That means he is thinking I am Krishna.
But let us say, just for a moment, that if he could have come to one, what you say, compromise or something, okay, he is my son, let him do whatever he wants.
Mm.
He would have still be living in that false ego, no?
Correct.
And Krishna Bhagwan would not have come to kill him.
He may not kill him right away or in the situation when he killed, but he will definitely kill him on one day,
Some other time.
some other time, some other way. Okay, but our consciousness has not purified, so the temporary positions making us to feel proud, then temporary positions will be taken away. That's why Krishna said, I am a Kala and I destroy everything. Okay, and what he destroys? He destroys our material positions. He destroys our material body. He will not destroy us. He will destroy our material positions, including our body. And he will take us back to the position, original position. Jiva Bhutha Sanatana. Right? Eternal servant position. He has to take us back. Right? Till then he keep killing us. Many times, many times.
अच्छा प्रभु जी एक चीज और होता है जैसे like in movies and all and in like in these stories they tell us कि if you are killed by Lord then you are like liberated. So your soul goes to God Himself, and otherwise you go into reincarnation and all. So if such characters like Hiranyakashipu and all those were killed by God Himself, so were they liberated?
Actually, they are not liberated. They went and merged in the impersonal Brahman. Okay. The person who merges in the impersonal Brahman will come back again.
Okay. So
It is
basically,
seen as liberated because they think liberation is merging into impersonal Brahman. Okay. So when such demons got killed by Krishna, these demons will be merged into impersonal Brahman and they will come back again. Getting a position in impersonal Brahman does not mean that we are liberated. One day we will come back.
so liberated means like वो जो हम बात करते हैं कि मोक्ष की प्राप्ति करना. That is called liberation.
There are different levels of revelation. But impersonal Brahman merging is a starting level of liberation, wherein Krishna says that impersonal Brahman liberation is not a permanent liberation. You will remain in me for quite long time and later you will take birth again.
Okay.
Okay, but if you don't want to come back again, you don't have a desire of getting merged into the impersonal Brahman, rather you go back to Krishna's abode.
What is this moksha concept?
The moksha concept is getting situated in our original position. Eternal position is moksha.
Back to Godhead.
Back to Godhead. Okay. Intermittent positions, if you think it is a moksha, like merging into impersonal Brahman or things like, you want to go to Delhi. Going to Delhi is your aim. Okay. But in the process, you took a bus or a train, you got down at Bhopal. Do you think you reached Delhi?
No.
Or you get down at Agra? No, right? You have to go and get down in Delhi. But people, while they think they want to get moksha, they are taking a bus of going to moksha and getting down at impersonal Brahman, not going further. Okay. So then what happens? Their journey is half completed.
They will have to come back after some
They will have
time.
to come back.
Right.
You don't know how to go from there. You come back to the again human body, then again find out the way to go back, and then you take a right bus and right attitude, you go back. Okay. And there are different other types of liberations. This is called Salokya Mukti. Going to Delhi is called Salokya Mukti. Or I want to go to Delhi and I want to get a body equal to the people who live in Delhi. Like the Prime Minister is what a person who lives in Delhi, right? Who is a ruler of Delhi, let us say. I don't want to see Prime Minister. I want to become like a Prime Minister. Okay, I want to be seen like a prime minister. I go to Delhi, I get a body equal to prime minister. Is that liberation?
No.
That is one type of liberation, Salokya Mukti. Okay. Then there is another mukti called, this is called Sarupya Mukti, Salokya Mukti. Sarupya Mukti means getting the same body. Salokya Mukti means living in the same abode. And Sarshti, there is another mukti called Sarshti. Sarshti means getting the opulences of Krishna. If Krishna has 16,108 wives, I should also have. Krishna has so many palaces, I should also have. Krishna is a master of Lakshmi, I should also become master of Lakshmi. This is called Sarshti. Ravanasur. Think like that only. Rama is a husband of Sita, then I should become husband of Sita, Lakshmi Devi. Okay, how many of us are Ramanasurs? How many of us want to, uh, you know, accumulate more and more and more money, right? Those who think like that, like basically the servant of Lord Krishna, we want to bring and keep it in our locker.
But this is also not like a purification
This is
thing,
also
no.
not like purification.
These
Not
are also
purified.
not purified thoughts.
Not purified. Not purified.
So
See, the
they will
purpose
also
of going to Delhi is to see Prime Minister. If you go into the Prime Minister's house and see him, serve him, that is the ultimate benefit of going to Delhi, right?
correct.
So if you miss that, and then if you get caught with many other small, you know, allurements, then you are losing the whole purpose. That's
Because if
why.
we are still thinking that if Krishna has this, I should also have this. If Krishna is enjoying like this, I should also enjoy. So that is the same thought from which we came to this earth.
Correct. We go back and we come back again.
So that is basically the cycle of reincarnation only. We are
Correct.
just roaming around.
Correct. If you are purified so that you can go to the Delhi, he will
And
take you to the
continue
that
being.
place, and then he will brought you back again because your conscious is not still purified like that. Okay.
Prabhuji, why did these demons go to this impersonal Brahman? Like, are they qualified to go?
They are not qualified, but they were touched by Krishna. That's the qualification that they have.
Okay.
Krishna killed them, so they have to. Because Krishna has to
They're
come all
another
the.
God.
See, these are all pastimes just to tell us, how we should not be or how we should be. To tell all of us, Krishna performs all these pastimes. Yeah, Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha also are great devotees of Krishna. But they took those roles to become like a demon only to teach us what is not right. Okay. So they always belong to the spiritual world. They always deserve to go back to Krishna's world. But Krishna wished them to go and then perform some pastime. So they came here and they acted like a demon.
Okay.
Right?
वो ऐसा हो गया ना प्रभु जी, अगर कोई विलेन नहीं रहेगा तो हीरो का रोल कौन पूछेगा?
Right.
क्योंकि वैल्यू के अंदर भी है ना, कोई विलेन होना चाहिए.
Exactly. Rajamouli movies, have you seen? First, he will introduce villain, not hero.
Yes.
Rajamouli movie. And when he is introducing the villain, he will show the villain like a powerful person.
Yes.
Then he will make hero win over the villain. Then you will compare the strength of the hero with villain because he has already introduced a villain with a full power. If you see Bahubali, okay, how was villain shown? He was shown more than hero, right?
Yes.
More powerful than hero. Then hero, when he is winning or conquering the villain, then we realize that villain is nothing between in front of hero. Although he is not elevated, he is not shown so much like how the hero was shown. Because he is winning over the villain whom we think is a great, that means he is the greatest.
Correct, correct.
Right? That's all. So for that purpose also these demons come sometime and Krishna sent them. Okay. I'll try to conclude it quickly. Okay. Now we talk about a person who is not in false ego, who is in a real ego, true ego. Krishna is telling in 3.28. Tattvavittu mahabaho gunakarma vibhagayom gunaguneshu vartantam iti matvana sajjate. One who is in knowledge of the absolute truth, O mighty armed, uh, does not engage himself in the senses and the sense gratification, knowing well the differences between the work in devotion and the work for fruitive results. Tattvavit. Krishna says Tattvavit. Tattvavit means person who is not in false ego. We can see here. A Tattvavit means who is the knower, who has the knowledge that he is controlled by Krishna, or who is a part and parcel of Krishna. Such person is called Tattvavit, and he is having a true ego. A person who is having a true ego thinks that he knows he is a part and parcel of Krishna, and he realizes that he is entrapped here and he wants to come out of it, and he knows that he is controlled by the Lord, and he is not disturbed by material problems. Take it as a mercy of the Lord and unattached to the activities of the material senses. Okay, he is called Tattvavit. Tattvavit will think. Prabhu?
SPG.
Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, so what Tattvavit does? He thinks his eternal position. He knows his eternal position. He keeps Krishna in center. A false ego person does not keep Krishna in center. He keeps himself in center. Whereas a Tattvavit, a person who is having full knowledge, will keep Krishna in center. And he understands that he is a part and parcel of Krishna. And he understands that he was trapped in this material world and he wants to come out of this material world. And he understands that he is a servant of Krishna, and the difficulties that he is facing today are the mercy of Krishna that he is facing. That's why a pure devotee never laments for the difficulties that he is facing. Any difficulty he is facing, he thinks that, I'm getting purified with these difficulties so that I can go back to Krishna. Krishna is putting me in the process of cleaning. So he is giving me these difficulties. If you don't get these difficulties are coming to, remove the sinful reactions that we have in the past. One or other day, you have to remove these sinful reactions. If not this life, next life. If you are not taking them and you are postponing them, then in one of the life, you have to take all the sinful reactions together. Then you will suffer too much in one life and you enjoy too much in other life. Rather, balanced way, you take some sufferings and you take some happinesses. In a balanced way you take, and then you progress, then some of the sins goes and some of the pious results also will goes, and at the end you become karma free. When you become karma free, you are purified. Your false ego is purified. Then you go back to Krishna. Okay, so that's why devotees think that Krishna is showing mercy on me, that's why I am facing this difficulty today. Devotees think that, if I am enjoying or if I am in pleasure, they think that although I am not deserving, Krishna is protecting me, so he is giving me this happiness. Although I don't deserve for the happiness that I am getting, I am just getting this happiness because of Krishna giving me. He's so merciful. That's why I got promotion, I got baby, I got house, I got land, I got fully secure life. Everything is because of what Krishna has given to us. Okay. So this is the conclusion of the false ego topic. So therefore, it is important that we become free from false ego by remembering that only the Krishna is the supreme controller. When you realize that you are not the doer and Krishna is the supreme controller, then the false ego is gone. False ego is gone. Okay.